bridging the age gap in this modern day and age. Why is the new generation so feminine? All right, we talking about the men, right? Why is the new generation of men so feminine? Um, the new generation of men is so feminine because a lot of them, the majority of them, are being raised by single moms. They being raised by single moms, especially when we talk about the black community, right? So when boys are raised by single moms, they tend to be more feminine. They tend to be more emotionally reactive, because they learn these things from their mom. Because that's really the female nature, to be soft, to be sensitive, to be more in their emotions. That's what women do. And it's nothing wrong with that. That's y'all nature. But when boys are raised by women, kids are like sponges. I'm sure y'all have heard this before. Kids are like sponges. They soak up everything. So when you got a boy in a home with just a woman or women, he's going to soak up all of those feminine traits and that feminine energy from his mom. It's just what it is. So he's going to be more emotional. He's going to be more sensitive and passive and just feminine acting. In most cases, not all the time, but most cases, he's going to be that way. On top of that, the woman only knows naturally to nurture. That's what a woman knows naturally, to nurture. A woman naturally doesn't discipline, structure, lead, and guide. That's what the father is there for. The mother is there to give them that nurturing, loving, affectionate spirit, attitude, whatever from her. The father is there to bring that discipline, guidance, and structure into the kids. And when a boy is raised with just a woman, he's typically raised without discipline, guidance, and structure. He's raised all with nurturing, affection, sensitivity, passiveness. He's raised with only that part. And emotional reactiveness, because that's what women do. That's why a lot of women don't like mama's boys. And on top of all of that, the woman nurtures them too much. The woman nurtures these boys too much, on top of him learning all of the feminine traits from her on a daily basis. She coddles a boy because she's so into the nurturing part. She don't want nothing to happen to her baby. Oh, he falls and let me kiss the boo-boo. Oh, baby, no, let me give you a hug. You can sleep with me. The kids sleeping with their mom in the bed with their mom till they 8, 9. These are things that's happening to these here boys. They moms don't take them off the titty. That's what I call it. They keep them on the titty. They don't take them off the titty. So they doing everything for them. When they young, they doing everything. When they become a young teenager, they doing everything for them. So now when they get older, they expect their mom or another woman to do everything for them. Make their appointments, keep their social security card, keep their birth certificate. They can't operate really on their own. And they definitely don't know how to lead a woman because they never was taught that. They were only taught to be feminine because they've only been around a woman. That's why you got more men now that don't know how to lead, don't know how to really protect a woman, don't know how to deal with women. They deal with them more like women because they were raised by women. They want women to do more things. Pay 50% of the bills. Pay on the date when we go on the date. They want women to do these here things because they feel like, hey, we equal. They feel like they equal to a woman because they've been raised by a woman. So now they want you to do more things because they don't understand their masculine, manly duties as a man. They were never taught it. That's why you got more feminine men out here. These here dudes don't even know how to change a tire. These dudes, can't take care of themselves. They moms got to do everything for them. Now you got grown men who can't make a move without their mama saying something. Without their mama putting their input on it. They can't date nobody unless they mama say something. Or if they mom say she don't like them, she gonna get rid of them. That's why y'all as women with boys, y'all really got to be careful with how you deal with these boys. You really do. You got to start giving boys things to do on his own. Giving him responsibility on his own. Making him do things. Get his own plate. Put his own food in the microwave. Little things. Clean up his own room. Dump his own trash. Make up the bed. Even if he makes it up wrong. Make him do things independent of you. You have to do that with boys. Or else they'll grow up to depend on you. If you don't do that, they'll grow up to depend on you. So you have to wean them off. Don't coddle them so much. Give them some discipline. This is what I tell single moms to do. I tell single moms to get their boys in a self-defense class. Get them in some self-defense. If the dad is not around, get them in some self-defense classes. Because self-defense teaches boys how to be emotionally disciplined. Something that is normally taught from a father. But if their father ain't around, you have to make up for that masculine energy and that masculine guidance and teachings because you can't do it as a woman. You can't do it as a woman. One, because you're not built to do it as a woman. You're not built to give that masculine discipline, guidance, and leadership from to a boy. Y'all ever seen boys that act different around their dad? He acts completely different around his dad. He don't talk back. He go do it right away. He don't say nothing. He moves. He makes moves strictly because his dad is around. I'm sure you all have witnessed this. Like everybody else have witnessed this with boys. And not just boys, but girls too. But right now we're talking about boys. Where they around their dad and they are completely different around their dad. They don't want you to call their dad if he's an active dad. They don't want somebody to call their dad. They say, oh, I'm going to call your dad. Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Don't call my dad. Because dads, men, bring a certain level of masculine energy and discipline to a boy that's respected. It's respected. When it's a mom, a lot of times it's not respected as much. Especially the older that the boy gets. That discipline is not respected as much because it's coming from mom that's really nurtured him his whole life and babied him his whole life. It's not the same thing. That's why women have to get their boys into a excuse me, a self-defense class. Because that part that a father teaches them, that emotional control and that emotional discipline, is essential for men. It's essential for men, emotional control, for boys to learn from their dad. Uncontrolled, emotional boys become uncontrolled, emotional men. Uncontrolled, emotional men go to jail and the cemetery. 70% of men in jail was raised without a dad in the home. Because when they get older, now they have gained power, strength, aggression, combativeness as men that they never learned to control. They never learned to control it. So now they're going to be more emotionally reactive because they never learned emotional control. And that causes them to commit crimes, do things out of passion and emotions and this here types of things. That's why it's important to get these here boys in a self-defense course when they dad ain't around. Get them in boxing. My father put us in boxing just to learn how to fight. So I've been boxing for a long time. He put us in boxing just because. But when you're a single mom, you get a boy in boxing, you get him in jujitsu, you get him in karate, you get him in MMA, wrestling in school, whatever the case, they are taught emotional discipline, even under stress and pain and adversity. You have to remain emotionally disciplined in order to fight back and have a chance to fight back and win the fight. So they teach you that emotional control as a boy. That's why y'all got to get them in them classes and stop babying them so much. Because a lot of women raise boys to be like men they wouldn't date. Let me say that again. A lot of women raise boys, their sons, to be like men they wouldn't dare date. They raise them coddled. They can't help but be a lot of time more sensitive, more feminine. Like that's just, and more emotional reactive. That's just what it is. And a lot of women don't like men that are more emotionally reactive like a woman. A lot of women don't like men that are like that are more feminine, that are more passive. They not really, assertive like that. They not really protectors. Most women don't like that in a man. But the women are raising them that way. Because that's naturally how women are. They more feminine. And it's not just on the women. It's on the men too. Because the men are the ones leaving the women in this position. The men are leaving the women in this position. Yeah, you got some women that knew or whatever, or whatever the case, knew this dude didn't want a kid and this dude left. Yeah, you got that type of thing. But we talking deadbeats that know that they got a kid running around out here, that they got a boy running around out here with no guidance. As men, you have to understand what you're doing out here. When you leave a boy and a girl, but right now we're talking about boys and being more feminine. When you leave a boy to a woman to raise and you not around as a dad, you putting that boy in the worst conditions possible to succeed. Your seed, your kid, in the worst conditions possible to succeed. Like, as a man, how can you sit with yourself? And this is why I don't take excuses from men when it comes to taking care of their kids. I was 17 when my oldest son's mom got pregnant. I never thought about leaving. I never thought about leaving. I was playing ball and I quit. I was in school playing ball and I quit so I can get a job, so I can get a career, so I can be able to provide for this kid. I ain't no way I'm taking no excuse from no grown man leaving a kid out here for a woman to raise. She don't know how to raise a man. She only know how to be one way, and that's a feminine, nurturing woman. Them boys need guidance, discipline, and structure. Or else they wind up in jail, on the street corner, or in somebody's cemetery a lot of times. And you leaving your kid out here like that. Your kid out here hurting other people, ending other people's lives with no guidance. I can't respect no dude like that. That's why men that don't take care of their kids, I can't hang around you. You can't ride with me. You can't get nothing from me. You can't get no loan from me. You can't come over my house. I don't want you in my space. And that's how you moving out here. And it's never too late. It's never too late. You know what I'm saying? It's never too late to go and start handling your business as a man. I don't care how tough it is, this woman trying to make it, or whatever the case. I've heard it. I've seen it. But at the end of the day, it's the kids that need you. It's your kids that need that structure, that discipline, that leadership, and that guidance from a man. It's different when it comes from a man. It is. Because when a boy gets so old, his mom can only tell him so much most of the time. Then she can't whoop him no more. A lot of times they don't really respect the mom's authority because they know the mom can't do nothing to him. She can't hurt him. He bigger than her. He taller than her. So they go do their own thing and move around and be out here with a bunch of other lost boys. Not learning nothing. So it's on the men too. You know what I mean? I don't really fault the women all that much because y'all only know how to be feminine women. I only fault y'all for babying them too much. I only fault the women for babying the boys too much. Like, y'all gotta stop babying these boys. Y'all really do. So now that I'm done with that, what else y'all got? There's old Neverland, a bunch of lost boys. Yeah, man. Like, in our community, man, we got to do better. Are you coming to tonight's conversation show in Miami on Saturday night? I was not booked for Miami. I'm going to be in Orlando. I fly out tomorrow. And then I'll be in Tampa. But I don't know about Miami yet. Sometimes things change, and they have before, where I've went out on certain days. I flew out. And they say, yeah, I come out for a couple days, whatever. And I go out for a couple days. Then things change. They say, hey, we want you to stay. Can you stay? Yeah, it's cool. Ain't no thing. So you never know. I might be. But as of now, I will not. So, can you give an example of passive traits from a man? Passive. When there is a safety issue, maybe y'all out, something happens, he don't really stick up for you. He's more of I don't want to make nobody upset, or he's passive. Excuse me if I spit. You know what I'm saying? conflict. It could be something at work. And he don't want to ruffle feathers. He don't want to say nothing. So he just don't say anything. His order might come out wrong, or he don't want to tell the waiter that it's wrong, that they added tomatoes. I hate tomatoes. Added tomatoes to his sandwich or all over his food. No, don't tell him. Let it go. Let it go. And I know that could be a sticky situation sometimes, but there's a way to respectfully do things, right? So he just, a passive guy like that with certain things. I'm more of a a straightforward dude that just, I like to face things straight on and, deal with it that way. At what ages you think is best to stop babying the boys? Man, like 5, 6, get them out your bed. Get that boy out your bed. When he can pee on his own, get him out your bed, give him something to do. Hey, this your garbage in your room? This garbage should be dumped every couple days. Get this garbage and make them do it. You put toys all over the floor. Get them toys up. Clean up. At 5, 6, he understand. They can go and navigate their way through a whole iPad. They can understand cleaning up their own mess. Get it to them. Get them done. Stop babying him. He claims that he hurt himself. He ain't busted up bleeding and ain't broke nothing. He just banged his leg, whatever. Oh man, you look at it and say, hey, come on, man, you okay? You okay? Come on, big boy. Hype him up. Come on, big boy. Come on now. You got that. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. Suck it up. Come on. Dry him up. Dry him up. Dry him up. It's okay. Let it out. I know you hurt. Let it out. Let it out. Come on. You got it. Let's walk it off. Allow them emotional freedom. With, like I said, he bangs his knee, whatever he hurt. Let him get that out. Go ahead. But hype him up. Come on, big boy. But not when it comes to things like he can't get a toy. As my father used to tell us all the time, hey, I ain't trying to, like, my father was not the type to not let you express yourself. It was the way you do it. It was the way that you do it. So he used to always say, I don't care about you crying. Just don't cry for nothing. You can't watch what you want to watch on TV. You can't get a toy that you want. No. As men, you have to be able to control that. And say it's okay to be frustrated or irritated. Those are emotions. But you better learn to control it. You can be irritated. You can't watch your TV show. But you better control it. Or else daddy gonna have something to say and you ain't gonna like it. So just controlling yourself. So when you get older, you learn to deal with adversity and issues and problems without overreacting, punching holes in walls because you mad and you can't control your feelings and your emotions. No, you can still be frustrated and angry and all those things and still be controlled. That's what boys are taught. Because of the natural aggression and strength that we have as men, we have to be able to control that. We have to. Because we already got all this testosterone and aggression that's naturally in us. And you mix that with uncontrolled emotions, you're going to have problems. That's the only brother with a solid hairline I know stay with a hat on. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I love hats. It's one of them things, man. I love hats. I got so many hats and things. This one here floppy down here, but I got so many hats, man. It's just a habit of mine, but ain't no thing. Hat or no hat. I'm comfortable either way. I'm comfortable either way. They cry at bedtime. No, man, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Like, no, you gotta check that type of stuff, man. Give them something to cry about. Yeah, that's what my dad used to say. I was known for punching holes. Yeah, man. No, there's men that weren't taught that and get ridiculed for it. Weren't taught what? Can you please say this live? Yeah, I got them. I got them saved. I just, they take up so much space on my phone. It's like I gotta go on YouTube. Yeah, I be messing up with YouTube, man. I don't be putting it up there like I should. I'm a believer as D, not one of those men who just agree with men who are at war with women who don't want to be held accountable. Yeah, uh, I get women that only see for some reason when I talk about women. I got women that only see when I talk about women. And I really do try to be fair